Hello everyone, what's up? I hope you're doing well. My name is Daksh and welcome to Forex Monopoly. In this video, I'm going to teach you about a 1 minute scalping strategy. And this new strategy is the most effective strategy I've ever came across. And the best part is it can be used on any of the currency pairs it can be traded on any of the trading sessions. And also the best thing is you can use it in any kind of market, no matter if there is a bullish market or a bearish market. Let us move to the strategy part, but before that, let me tell you about the sponsor of this video, xm.com. xm.com is one of the top trusted global broker. It provides you with more than 1000 plus trading instruments and more than 800x leverage. You can trade Forex, CFDs and cryptos on this platform. And not only that, but xm.com provides you with a personal account manager, access to Forex market research, webinars and many other video tutorials. And to open an account with xm.com, just go to my affiliate link given in the description down below. Now, let us move to the strategy part. Before I explain you the strategy, let us set up our charts so that you have all the indicators on your chart and ready to use. For this strategy, you're going to need two separate indicators. The first one is the RSI and the second one is the histogram. So for that, just go to indicators. Now search for RSI and add this indicator. And now you will have to search for histogram. And a lot of histogram will appear, but you have to choose MACD histogram area. Right? After you have added, your chart would look something like this. Like this is the extra indicator in my chart, but I'm adding it to show you what settings you need to adjust. So let us start with RSI first. So the RSI, the settings of RSI will be like this. In the input section, the RSI length will be 14 and in the style section 70, 50 and 30. Right? Now go on visibility. After you have done the settings, just click on OK and your RSI will be adjusted. The next thing is to adjust the MACD histogram. So go to settings and then over here choose a single color, that is red. Do the same with this. Also adjust this. Click over here and now the last one. Now click over here and choose histogram and then click on OK. So after you do this, and your chart would look something like this. Now let us understand the strategy, like the strategy which you have to use. It has a very simple rules for buying and very simple rules for selling. Now let us start with the buying setup first. So the first thing that you have to do is go to this toolbar and then choose horizontal line. After you do that, go to the histogram and paste it on 0.00010 level. So this is a very important level for us for buy setups. The next thing you have to do is find sudden price movements. Like if you can see over here, there is a sudden price movement, right? And the price is creating lower lows, lower low, low high, lower low and low high, right? So you have to find these kind of movements on the price chart. After you do that, what you have to do is compare this with the histogram and then check for divergence. Now, for those who don't know what divergence is, let me give you a brief. Divergence simply means that, let us say if price is creating lower lows, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, then the indicator would do opposite of it and create higher low, higher high, higher low, right? So this is called as divergence. And I also have a video on it and you can check it out by clicking the I button over here. Now let us move forward. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is find a quick and sudden move in a single direction. After you find that, what we are going to do is we are going to find the exact reversal. So after you find that, what we are going to do is we are going to find the exact reversal point of that move. So in that case, the price moved down from this point, right? The price moved down and the movement is very quick. After this, you can see here, you have to check if the histogram is on or below this line, that is 0.00010 line. If that is the case, then you have to start marking the lower lows in case of a buy entry. So if we mark this lower low, this was the first low and the second low. Then check on histogram if it it is doing opposite of it. That is creating a higher low. So if we compare this, it is creating a higher low. Then again a lower low, right? Then again a higher low. So we have to connect such three pyramids on the histogram. This is the first, this is the second, and then the third one. In every setup, you have to understand that we need these three pyramids. That is, on the price, it will be lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and lower low, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low. And the indicator would do the opposite of it. So after you are able to connect the three pyramids, and if there is a divergence, what you have to do is wait for the price to reverse and then create some sort of an area. So if you could see, here the price has created some kind of an area. So this was a resistance and the price dropped down from here. Now after the price moves above this, you have to enter your trade, right? If I clean this up, let me just clean this up quickly. Okay. So if you could see, this was the area, and from here the price moved down. So means this is a very minor resistance for us. So after the price moves above it, this would be our entry trigger. That is, we will enter a buy trade after the breakout of this level, which was over here. Now your stop loss will be below this, and your take profit will be 1.5 risk to reward ratio, such that you get at least 1.5 risk to reward ratio. So if you could see here, the price breached out of it and then moved till exactly our level, that is 1.5. Like it gave us a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1.5. Now let us take another example to understand the buy setup. Okay, so we have one more setup over here. I will just clean this up for a better understanding. If you could see, the price was moving sideways and then it dropped down sharply. After it dropped down sharply, after this, at this point, the histogram touched the 0.00010 level, right? Let me just, yeah. And also, there is one more rule which I forgot to tell you in the first example. The RSI should also be oversold, right? With this, the RSI should also be oversold. So if you could see, the RSI at this point is touching this level, that is the 30 level or below it, which means that the RSI is also oversold. So with that, we have the histogram on 0.00010 level or below it. After that, we have another low and we have another histogram. So histogram has created a high low, right? Because it is telling that the momentum is getting weaker and weaker and buyers are entering. So if we see that this was the first touch, right? And then again a new histogram is formed above it. But here we have continuous lower lows. After this, what we have to do is, we have all our text, that is RSI, oversold, histogram, and the divergence, and three pyramid touches. After that, you have to wait for the price to create an entry trigger, and for that, you have to find an area nearby over here after this touch. So we have an area of resistance over here, right? From we have three touches, three rejections from here. First, the price tried to move up, but moved down again. Then it again rejected it, moved down. Rejected it, then again moved down. So this was kind of a resistance for us. So what we will do is take this tool, we will enter a long trade over here. Your stop loss will be at this point, and after this, set your take profit such that you get 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio, which would be at this point. So you can see how the price exactly moved 1.5. So you can see how this trade gave us an risk to reward ratio of 1.5. This is how you take the buy trades. Now let us see how to take the short trades. But before that, if you are enjoying this video, then make sure to hit the like button, and also do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Now let us move forward and see how to take the short trades. In the short trades, you have to do just opposite of it. The first thing you will do is draw this line till 0.00020. Now you have to find a sudden bullish movement so that we get into a sell entry. So I have this trade marked for you. You don't get enough setups on Euro USD with this strategy. That is enough sell setups. I don't know why, but I have seen this while I was backtesting. Over here, you can see how this was a sudden price movement, right? After this, let me just full screen it. Yeah. So this was a sudden price movement, right? And we have a histogram above our level and the RSI is also overbought. So after this, price moved down, created a higher high, right? But on histogram, we have a lower high. So first, second, and then we again have a slight higher high if you look at it, right? But over here, we have a lower high and we have 3 pyramid touches. So what we are going to do next is we are going to just wait for the price to create any area. For that, if you could see from here, the price rejected, moved down, rejected, moved down, then it moved up. If we mark this area as a resistance, right? The price moved below it and then it moved up and then it again moved down. So we have to find such areas to enter so that we don't get stopped out. So entry will be at this point, your stop loss will be above this, and then take profit will be at such that we get 1.5 risk to reward ratio. In this case, this was over here. So this is how this strategy works, and I have seen that this strategy works very, very effectively. Now let us take another example of a short trade. If you could see over here at this point, I will also take an example of this failed one, like why I did not enter into this trade. So let us take this first so that all the doubts are cleared. If you could see, we have a high price movement, and then if we go on histogram, we don't have a touch above 0.0020 level, and that is why we don't take a trade here. But let us say if there was a touch at this point, okay, even after that, why we won't get into this? The answer is very simple. We have a higher high, right, and a lower high, but the next higher high, we don't have a divergence. Like let us say this was the first pyramid, this was the first pyramid, then we have a second pyramid over here. When we created a higher high, we won't take this, and then third over here. So we don't have a divergence at this point, right? So we don't have to get into such setups. Now let us look for some other trade. Also, there is one thing to note that in some pairs like Euro USD, you can adjust this to 0.0010, but in some pairs like GBP JPY or Euro JPY or pairs that are very volatile, it is better to keep it at 0.00020. So in this case, if you want, you can keep it at 0.00010, and this trade would still not be valid because we don't have a divergence here. But let us look if we have any other trade. Okay, after this price movement, we have a high, right? So let us say we have a first point and a first high. After that, price created a higher high, and here we have the second histogram. Then again a price created this higher high. So if we draw it, it would look like this. We have two higher highs over here, but the indicator, as you can see, is continuously creating lower highs, right? So we have a divergence at this point. So the next thing what we are going to do is we are going to look for an area. After we have all this thing, also check for the RSI, which was overbought. After this, we have to look for an area, which in this case would be somewhere near here. Then try to look for a short opportunity. So if you enter at this point, our stop loss would be above this and move it to 1.5, yeah, which would be somewhere near here. So you can see how again this trade gave us a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1.5. So this is the easiest and the most effective 1 minute scalping strategy, and it works on all the major forex pairs and all the other forex pairs. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure you hit the like button, and also do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching.